Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Nathan and I are very excited and intrigued to do this video today on Beyoncé. If you're watching this video, you will see zero Beyoncé. The only Beyoncé you'll see is that nice little picture up there in the corner of the screen where Beyoncé has blonde hair. I really feel bad that she wasn't able to find a dress that quite fit her. Was the store out of? I wonder. That's too bad. I hope she finds clothes that fit. Okay, so this is a Patreon request from Orlando. And this is what Orlando had to say. He says, okay, I do have a custom request that is kind of off the beaten path, and only because Ryan stated that he sometimes sees comments from people saying that Bey can't sing, which is typical cliche statements from folks. So he goes on to say, I wanted you guys to review content from Bey's sound engineer that worked on the 4 album. Or album 4. I know we need to move on from 4. This is what Orlando's saying, which isn't necessarily true. We love the journey of 4, but we're getting near the end of it. I think this is going to be one of our last videos, actually, regarding 4. But he says here, the anecdotes will blow our mind, Nathan, about Bey's vocals and the work they put in to complete the album. So there you go. So, yeah, I'm interested in this. So he actually gave me 3 different videos, and I told him, well, we are kind of looking forward to moving on to. So you pick which one you think is the one that kind of sells it the best or talks. And he picked this one. It's called Beyoncé in Beast Mode or Based Mode. He get it? Yeah, I keep saying Bey. I'm sorry. You know why he say Bey? Because of the B-E-Y.
And just to be fair, I'm going to defend Ryan here for a second. Ryan will say things wrong all the time. If you want to go after him, go ahead. But he'll keep screwing it up. Telling him that he's getting it wrong isn't going to fix it.
I get it so mixed up trying to figure out what the right way of saying it. So ask my wife. I say words wrong all the time. The weeby jeebies. No, I think that's the wrong way to say it, right? But I started to forget which is the right way because I say both now. It's the heebie-jeebies. Anyways, okay. All right. All right, here we go, folks. It's a 20-minute long video. We'll pause it wherever we feel the need to pause it, but is it Beyonce or Beyonce? I don't even know. What is it? Beyonce?
It's Beyonce.
Man, we got Megan the Stallion. Man.
What's up, guys? My name is DJ Swivel, and on this week's episode of Storytime, I'm going to be sharing with you the story of how I recorded 6 entire songs in one session with Beyonce. She's an absolute savage. It's insane. But before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the notification bell, run the intro. DJ Swivel, DJ Swivel, don't you tell my stories. DJ Swivel, DJ Swivel,
and we got to get some sort of animation for us like that. That'd be cool.
You know what we could do? Because my daughter's an animator. She would love to do something like that.
Make sure she stuffs my pants. That's all. All right.
What's up, guys? My name is DJ Swivel, and we are back for another episode of Storytime. This week's episode is another Beyonce story. I have a ton of them. I'm trying to spread them out. I don't want to clump too much of them together, but I got so many amazing comments on the last Beyonce story, recording Love on Top. I thought I would share another one that I think has a very valuable lesson to be learned from it. This story, of course, takes place during the recording of the 4 album. So I think this probably happened sometime in 2010. Probably summer of 2010 is my guess. But the exact days and everything is a little hazy. And this is the story of how we recorded 6 entire songs with Beyonce in one session. Now,
that's a lot of singing, isn't it? In one session?
That's one is often dragged out over sometimes days or weeks. So 6 all at once. That's Tina Turner's and Dolly Parton. They're both famous for being able to pull that kind of stuff off. So yeah.
You know what else Dolly Parton's famous for?
Well, I'm just gonna.
Did you see Dolly Parton's new? Did you see Dolly Parton's new shoes?
Oh, gee, I never heard this joke.
Well, maybe somebody hasn't heard the joke. Neither has she. All right, there you go.
For those of you who are not engineers or producers, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
If I get one full song from a singer done in one day, that's a productive day.
Yeah.
To get 6 songs done is inhuman. It's not done.
She's a lizard. She's one of the lizard people.
Rappers can do it. It's a lot easier and quicker to record a rap song than it is a completely produced out pop vocal or R&B vocal. But for singers who have to do, lead vocals, in tune, comp them, background vocals, harmonies, stacking it all, building out ad libs, getting a nice mix on all those vocals. Sometimes you got 50 or 60 vocal tracks. That usually takes a lot of time. And so if we get one song done in a day for most artists, I feel pretty good. And we got 6 done with Beyoncé. So it just tells you what type of professional she really is.
We kind of already know this because we've watched her do live stuff that blows you away as far as what she's doing with her vocals and on pitch and everything else. Like, she pulls that off effortlessly. It doesn't surprise me that she can probably just lay down a track or two and it's like, that's good, print it, cut. That doesn't surprise me at all.
The story starts at about our normal start time, which is probably around 2 in the afternoon, early afternoon on a Friday afternoon. Now, just to set it up, we had been working the last 2 weeks straight, no days off, 16-hour days, 80, 100 hours a week, like just really grinding and recording a ton of music. We recorded about 75.
Man, he got the grind with Beyoncé. Man.
5 songs for that 4 album. And so she was going on vacation. She had a vacation planned. Her and Jay were going to go to Italy or something on Sunday. So I thought, okay, we're going to come in Friday, have a nice full workday Friday, and then we'll probably come in Saturday as well, have another full day of work, and then Sunday she will take off during the morning, and I don't know when her flight left, but at some point she would leave on Sunday to go on vacation. I think.
Well, get your story straight. What time does she fly out? Sorry, I'm sorry. I love that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know if I believe this guy. He doesn't know when her flight left 10 years ago.
I think it was an evening flight.
Okay.
So we come in early Friday afternoon. We get started. We record one song, and we record all the lead vocals. We comp the leads. So if you're not an engineer or producer, you don't know what comping means.
Well, hey Nathan, want to take a stab?
Composing? Is it short for composing?
Oh, maybe it's short for composing. Yeah, good guess. I don't know.
But what does that mean, though?
Compose. I guess just laying the track down. Maybe the lead track gets recorded. Let's find out.
Let's hear from.
Comping is when you'll record like 5 of the exact same lead vocal, 5 takes of it, and then you'll comp it together. You'll take the best line from every take.
It's like you take like a bunch of photos, and then you take like the best parts of each photo to make
tune. But they're taking the best of. So if I go la 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 la, but if I do la, it's okay. That part was pitch perfect. That part was pitch perfect. I've never known that before. Interesting. So
do that 5 more times, and we'll just make.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Nathan. I can't sing worth nothing. Okay. We know this. I have no talents whatsoever.
But maybe we comp it.
Yeah. You could do 100 of those, and it's still like.
You'll take the best line from every take, right? So if on take 3, the opening line is best on take 3, but then the second line is best on take 5, you'll like combine them all to make like a super take. Now, for most singers, this is actually a pretty quick process because usually there'll be an auto-tune on their vocals, so that's already cleaning up any pitch inconsistency.
Oh, he actually admits that. Interesting. Like, I know we use it, but I kind of, yeah, I know. I understand it's a studio album. I know they go try to get the best product out there. I understand all the arguments, but there's still part of me. That's what I love about the old music from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Oh, yeah.
No computers. I love the no computer sound.
Mm-hmm.
And Caesar issues, which Beyonce does not use. And then on top of that,
I was going to make sure people before they add us, so he's saying that she doesn't use those things. I get it. Okay. Before people add us. All right.
Well, they will.
Sometimes they'll have like clearly bad vocals where they're just getting into it. And then you'll notice the ones that really shine through and are great, they'll stand out. With Beyonce, it's not like that. All of her vocals are so great. You end up spending more time comping, even though the quality of the vocal is better, because now you're spending time listening over and over and over again to make sure, well, what was better? Was take 3 better or take 5 better for that opening line? I don't know. They're both pretty close. They're both really good. And I take my job seriously. I want to find the best one. So I'm going to listen to it 10 times until I find the best one. So the point is that it takes longer to comp a Beyonce vocal than it does to comp, most other singers that I've worked with.
And auto-tuned.
So anyways, we record one complete song, and then, we take a break for a bite to eat.
I know this is kind of off topic, but it reminded me of a quote from one of my favorite films of all time, which I don't know if you've seen them yet or not. If you haven't, I highly recommend you see them and react to them on our channel. Okay. Have you seen the Kill Bill films? Kill Bill?
I feel like I've watched most of Kill Bill, the first one.
Okay. Yeah. But there's a quote from this, which is what his description or of Beyonce vocal work, him comparing Beyonce to Beyonce. It's very interesting. It reminded me of one of my favorite quotes in the film Kill Bill, when they're talking about Hanzo swords. It's a brand of sword that's made by this sword maker named Hanzo. Quote is, if you're going to compare a Hanzo sword, you compare it to every other sword ever made that wasn't made by Hattori Hanzo. The only thing comparable to the Hanzo sword is the Hanzo sword. The idea here, he's dealing with riches. It's actually kind of harder to eliminate Beyonce vocals, because how do you eliminate another Hanzo sword? These are two exquisite swords, but which one is a little bit worse? Because we want to get the best one out there. Where if I was singing, it'd be very like, oh yeah, we actually got a key. There it is. We'll take that. We actually got something there.
Dinner maybe she has a meeting, then we start recording a second song. Now this is normal. We've recorded 2 songs in a day. That's easy. We record a second song, nothing out of the ordinary here. Then she'll take a few more meetings. And, there's always things that break up the day, right? Her assistant will come in and say, hey, I have your publicist on the phone. She got to talk to you about something. Or I have your lawyer. You got to talk to you about something. You have a meeting.
Yeah, the lawyer. Get out of here, you stupid lawyer. Oh, I just had a quick question. $500 an hour. These lawyers,
especially for rich people.
Oh, I know.
Hey, I just wanted to check and make sure that you didn't have any legal problems.
I just wanted to make sure you're okay with the way I signed that last piece of document. You're good with that? Yeah, okay with $500. It's $500 an hour, whatever it is, even if it's 1 minute.
Coming in at this time, just want to let you know so you're ready for it. Little things like that. And between that and meals, which you got to eat, there's a number of breaks throughout the day, but for the most part, she grinds through, and we're not taking many breaks. So we get the second song done, then we start working on a third song, and we get it done. And at this point, by the time we finish the third song, I remember it was early Saturday morning. The sun was starting to rise. It was probably 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, maybe Saturday morning. We're exhausted.
What was the temperature? I need to know the temperature. Was it a slight overcast?
Been in the studio at that point for about 18 hours, long day, starting to feel tired. And that would be the point where normally she would get up and say, all right, I think I'm done for the day. See you tomorrow. She never said that. She just kind of hung out, and we just kind of hung out in the studio for a bit. And I noticed we finished the third song, and she was not in any hurry to leave. And so I thought, okay, well, looks like we might keep going here for a little bit longer. So I thought, all right, well, I need a little bit of energy.
Bring up the cocaine. Jay-Z, you ready? Get your boys out here with the coke. Woo-hoo, we're ready to go. That's how Whitney did it.
Even B was getting tired. We're all human. So I thought, all right, I sent the assistant to go run and grab 3 5-hour energies. I think I had one, B had one, and I think her assistant her cousin Angie had one. So we all have 5 hour energy. It gives us a little bit of a boost. We feel a little bit better about ourselves. If any of you have had one of those energy shots, it really does give you a nice jolt of energy. And so
I love this guy. Yes.
It's called caffeine in a liquid form with flavor.
at some point, maybe half an hour later, we start recording a 4th song. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess we're really going to keep going here. We get a 4th song done. Now I'm guessing it's about noon, maybe 1 o'clock. So we have been at the studio for close to 24 hours now. Mm-hmm. And I thought, okay, now for sure she's going to go home. She doesn't go home. So we start recording a 5th song. Now at this point, I'm like, oh, we're in this for the long haul. We're probably not going to go home at 4 p.m. Like she's probably going to stay. When you book a studio, you book like in blocks, right? And she might book 24-hour blocks. So once you pass that 24 hours, like you might as well stay. You're into the next day already, right? And so now I realize, all right, we're going to be here all night. We're going to be here for probably close to 40 hours. Like she's not going to leave until maybe she'll leave early. Maybe she'll leave at 10 p.m. tonight.
Rumor has it she's still there. Can you please leave?
I have to finish the album.
But I knew that I was getting tired. So I sent the assistant to go and get a case of 5-hour energies because they seemed to like give us that lift that we needed, a few hours earlier, 5 hours
They're
earlier.
Good once. They sucked the second time.
Is he new to the planet? I just discovered this thing called caffeine. It seemed to work. Why is he giving us a narration on the effects of caffeine? We ordered more 5-hour drinks because apparently it gives you, as advertised, my friend, as advertised. It's caffeine in liquid form. What do you know? Your heart rate goes up.
So I was like, let's get a box of them and then we'll have a few to, if we're going to keep going, we'll be able to have that energy. To be honest, I was so exhausted at this point, as I'm doing takes on that 4th song, even after the 5-hour energy, towards the end of it, I'm like kind of dozing off and getting like a 15-second power nap in the mid while she's in the booth. And this is an interesting skill. Like most engineers who work long hours acquire this skill of being able to like close your eyes and get like 20 seconds, 30 seconds of like rest. And then you have this natural ability to just hear when they stop singing or rapping or whoever is you're working with.
That's what I do when my wife's talking to me. She's talking. And it's like, Ryan, yes, honey, I know. I heard you. Yeah. You bet. I'll get right on it. What did I say? Blargin.
When they stop performing. And then you just magically wake up and you're like, okay, cool, another take? Yeah, ready? And then you go and doze off again. So I noticed myself doing that. So that's why I got the box of 5-hour energies. And, I want to make sure I'm there for B. And she actually asked, she's like, hey, like if you need to rest, like we have an assistant here who I'm sure, can record. And I'm...
Oof. Hey, if you're falling asleep, buddy, I get my lawyer to come here and do the mix.
Like competitive. I'm like, you're not going to sleep. I'm not going. No way. I'm in this. We're in this together, girl. So, anyways, she starts recording a 5th song, and at this point,
This reminds me of. Remember the Sesame Street? Four songs. 5. Thunder crash.
I'm exhausted. We're dozing off. So I take another 5-hour energy.
I'm going to need a 5-hour energy to get through this video.
We're halfway through.
You got your 5-hour drink? You ready to pop one now? You got your Monster?
Gonna pop down a Monster here.
All right. There you go. Halfway through. We got this, Nate. Let's go.
Her cousin takes one, and B takes one. And then she takes a few more meetings, and I'm, tired again. And, so I take another one, and I think she takes another one. And then we record a...
Is this a plug for 5 Hour Energy? Come on.
That or heart attacks.
Yeah, no kidding.
6th song, and at that point, I've probably had 4 or 5 5-hour energies by the time we finish that 6th song. We finish, it's probably early Sunday morning. So it would have been, I think we probably left the studio around 7:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Could have even been 8. I don't know.
Maybe even a small chance. It could have been 8:30. 8:30.
But I do know that it was light outside and the city was starting to move again, right? So that's probably around 8 a.m. So we finally wrap up. We've had a number of 5-hour energies. We're like wired, but also tired. And we've been in the studio for almost 40 hours straight with no sleep, no rest. She's about ready to go on vacation, which means I finally get a little 2-week break myself. So we're all looking forward to our little break. And we also all feel very like productive and energized that we got so much done in this session, which really, as a creative, if you get a song done, like you get a nice, there's a really great feeling when you accomplish creating something new. So I go home, and as soon as I get home, my head hits as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm out. So I get some rest. It's probably, I fall asleep maybe 8:30.
Oh, no. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
He's not a storyteller. I
don't care, Nathan. I'm sorry. I'm sure he's a sweetheart of a guy. I'm sorry. I get it. 8:39.
He's good at the other part of his job. This isn't his part of his job.
10, 9:30. I don't know. I woke up at 2 in the morning the next day. Woke up, was tired. Grabbed another 5-hour drink. Wake up.
And I wake up somewhere around 4:30, 5 o'clock. I probably get 8-9 hours of sleep, and I feel great. I wake up. I feel really good. I feel energized. I suspect B probably did the same because she had an evening flight where she was going to head out for her vacation. So I wake up, I feel good, my vacation's starting, my break is starting, and I was invited to a family friend's party.
What time did it start at?
Up in Jersey. So I go up there with a friend of mine, and I get to the party, I have a drink, I have a bite to eat, I feel pretty good, but about halfway through the party, something's not sitting right. Like I'm just not feeling good. And it wasn't that my stomach was upset. I just started to feel like I was getting a flu. I was like, I must have just worn myself out. Like this is not good. So I go into a corner of the party. I'm not really.
And I shat in the corner.
Talking to anybody. I'm just kind of laying down, trying to feel better. And I went out there. We're in we're in New Jersey, and I went.
Was it northern New Jersey or western, buddy? Get your story straight, or I'm not tracking what's going on here.
With a friend, so we had a ride out there. So I'm not feeling very good. And my friend who I went out there with, Jeremy, he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, Swiv, you don't look too good. Are you feeling okay?" And I said, "No, I feel awful. I don't know what's going on. I feel terrible. I need to get home."
I don't think those are the words.
He's like, "Great. I'm tired anyways. I'm ready to go. Why don't we leave?" So we all left. He goes back to his place. I go back to my place. And the moment I walk in the door, I become freezing cold. And it's not that my apartment was cold. I just get very, very cold. And I get straight into bed. I'm like, I got to sleep this one off. And I couldn't sleep right away. I'm shivering. At this point, I'm under the covers. I'm shivering. I've never shaken so much in my life. Cold sweats. I know I'm hot. My whole body is sweating, but I'm freezing cold.
I have a story to relate to this. But
please. Do I have to get another drink? 5-hour drink? Like,
yes.
He's not feeling well. He's got the flu. Have you had the flu before? This is the flu. Your body is broken down to flu mode. You've given yourself not enough proper sleep, hydration, dehydrated, caffeine withdrawal, all that stuff. Whatever. Yeah. I'm not a doctor. I'm just guessing from his symptoms what he's telling me.
Shivering. It was like I was in Alaska, in a tank top in the middle of winter. It was freezing. But finally, I get to sleep, and then I wake up the next morning, and I'm not feeling 100%, but I feel much better. I don't have the cold sweats anymore. I don't have the shakes. I just feel like beaten up, kind of. My body feels beaten up. So anyways, and then throughout that day, I get a bite to eat in me, drink a bunch of water. I feel a lot better. So anyways, now I'm looking forward to enjoying my my little break. My little 24-hour bug or whatever it was, 12-hour bug even, is now gone. I feel good. Okay, cool. About 5 days later, I get a call from Beyonce's assistant saying, hey, are you available? Are you ready to get back in the studio tomorrow? And I said, what do you mean? Bee's in Italy, isn't she? She's not due to be back for another 10 days or so. And she's like, yeah, no, she's coming back early. She's ready to get back in the studio. And I thought, wow, we've been working so hard. You've only been gone for 5 days and you're ready to get back. That is insane to me. That's dedication. So I'm like, sure, I'll be there. So my vacation gets cut short. I show up to the studio the next day. B comes in. Hi B, how are you? How was your vacation? And she said it was great, had an awesome time. I just really wanted to get back and keep working on this album. And I thought, wow, that's like, to cut your vacation short, that takes a lot. And I'm sure, plenty of money was spent and whatever to like plan a 2-week vacation. And, no, I want to get back in the studio.
Bless his heart. No offense, DJ. You're a sweet person. I can see that. I can tell you're a sweet person. Beyonce, the little I know of her, she's just a workhorse. This is everything to her. I'm not surprised she's done this. I don't even work with her. You know what? I got enough rest. I'm good to go. All I can think about right now is how I want to change the song or do this. I got to focus back on this album. It's in me. She's a creative person. She's got to get it out. In her, she's got to get it out. So I'm not surprised she got her vacation short. I'd be like, hey, Beyonce, you want to get back? Let's go. Studio's ready, set up as we left it. Let's go. What's the next thing you want me to do? Let's go. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. Imagine if you were like the hotel staff of the people, like, did you guys hear Beyonce's coming? Oh, that's going to be so exciting. I can't wait. And then like, no, that's a dumb story. Just keep playing.
And that's exactly what she did. But she said something interesting. She goes,
any more 5-hour drinks there, bye?
The whole vacation was great, except that night I flew out, I felt like I was going to die. Like I felt horrible. I had just cold sweats and everything. I was like, my eyes lit up. I was like, you too?
I like to climb mountains. It's one of my favorite things to do. And one of the things you have to be able to do, you can't just take a break. You can just stop. Whatever, route you're on, whatever, you just go and then you come down. And every single time I've done these epic days of, 24, sometimes up to 30 hours straight, at the very end of it, the exact same thing happens. It's the survival mode. You go into survival mode, you get through whatever you got to get through, and then your body just reacts with, okay, we got to take care of all the systems that we just put on pause. The warming up and the shaking, that's all part of that.
That makes sense. Yep. Yeah. And the caffeine doesn't help.
No, it dehydrates you, which makes it worse.
Yeah. That's what I was saying about the flu and stuff. That's the body shutting down because it's dehydrated.
Yeah.
I had the same thing. And then it clicked. The 5-hour energies. We both drank way more than you're supposed to drink. Of course, we didn't read the label. I didn't really think to read the label or anything. We just thought 5-hour energy, we need a little energy. So we're all taking them. And of course.
Is this his first time to be an adult? Like,
of course, we both got violently ill, and I thought that was kind of funny, and obviously it didn't last very long, so it all worked out. So that's one lesson of this story is don't drink more than one 5-hour energy. Probably don't even drink the one, to be honest with you. I've never drank one since.
Okay, well, they're not a sponsor anymore. There goes that. We should title this the 5-hour energy drink journey.
But the real moral of the story, the real lesson to be learned here is find that thing that you love, that you are willing to leave vacation for, and come back and grind and get right back to the grind.
Drinking 5-hour energy drinks.
Find that thing and you are going to live an amazing life because, life comes at you from so many different angles and we spend a lot of time, just looking forward to those vacations or the weekends or those breaks or those moments when we can relax.
Yes.
That's what the story's about.
I do. I love peace and quiet. I love not working. I love my weekends. I have no shame in that. I live for the weekend.
Yeah.
But if you make the job that you choose, the thing that you spend most of your time on, if you make that something that you absolutely have an extreme passion for, you'll never work a day in your life.
I'll say this. That's everyone's dream, of course. But the reality is I got a mortgage to pay. I've got groceries. I wish our channel, like DJ Swivel, I agree with you. I wish our channel made 100 times more than it makes. And then Nathan and I would truly be doing something we loved and getting paid for it. But the reality is it doesn't pay the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what I recognized when B decided to cut her vacation short. That's what that was. That was her getting back to the thing that she's most passionate about. And I'm not mad at that in any way because that.
Why would you even say that?
That's a little tiny projection right there. Just a little.
Yeah,
I'm not mad about it at all.
My vacation was cut short. It's good. It's cool.
It's good.
Nothing.
But it's
whatever you want.
When the queen asks, the queen gets.
That's how I feel about producing and songwriting and mixing and all the things that I do. And so I suspect that's exactly how she feels about making albums and touring and all those things. So that is a lesson. Find the thing that you love, go after it, make it your thing, and you will never work a day in your life. You will live the most fulfilled life you can ever imagine. And that's how I've genuinely felt throughout my career. So anyways, that is story time for the week. We learned that Beyoncé is an absolute savage and will work 40 hours straight, no problem. We learned that 5-hour energy is not to be taken lightly. That is dangerous stuff. And we learned that finding your passion in life is so key to living a fulfilled life. So that is story time for this week. I'm DJ Swivel. I will see you next time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.
We're sparing DJ Swivel. No, stop! I was just gonna say, stop. We're sparing DJ Swivel any of our Patreon comments that have been pouring in while we do this.
If we put, I'm sorry, I put the one up there, but the vast majority of the comments coming in have been basically like, "This is awful."
And look, I want to be clear. If DJ, bless his heart, watches this reaction video, number one, Nathan and I, especially me, well, the thing with me, I get bored. When I get bored, I start to roast. It's just the way it goes. Like, I'm being bored. I'm not engaged. So I have to find humor while I'm doing something. But that being said, DJ Swivel, that's cool. You got to work with Beyonce. You have a story to tell. You get to tell all your friends. It's a party story. I get it. Nathan and I do dabble a little bit in presentation and speaking. And so I would just recommend next time you do story time, just tighten it. That story could have been so funny, the 5-hour energy overdose, Beyonce coming back, working harder, 5-minute video. That's all.
It's one thing to be very good at your job. And I think that's probably where in his mind, that's when he made this video. He was like, I want to say something about how my job sometimes gets crazy, but it's part of my life and I love it. I think that's the root reason he was doing that. That's kind of why he went to that as the moral, which was kind of strange to use that as the moral, but that's not his jam. His jam is not to tell stories. His jam is
he has a statement called story time, Nathan. He made a whole freaking animation intro.
Oh, that's true.
I'm sorry.
All right. I'll take all that back. Fix your story time, man. Fix it.
Yeah, man.
Man. Yeah. Yeah. That's a ticket.
All right. Thanks, DJ. Thanks, Orlando. I hope everyone had a fun time watching us listen to that story.
Thanks, everyone. See you in the next one.